Okay, thank you, and welcome everyone to this sprint demo that follows the completion of sprint 2021.16 that we've completed last week. And let's start with a brief summary of what we have done recently, and then some demos and discussions. So the main highlight in this sprint, of course, is that now we ship HCL RTist 11.1 based on Eclipse 2020-06 as a non-experimental release. So now it's general availability since yesterday and recommended for production use. So with this new Eclipse version comes also a new version of CDT, that is 9.11, and eGit 5.8. Another news is that you can run HCL 11.1 either with Java 8 or Java 11. We recommend, if you can switch to Java 11, it will be good for performance reasons, and also because future versions of Eclipse will only support Java 11. So if you have some of your own plugins that require you to stay on Java 8 for some time, that is okay, because you can choose either Java 8 or Java 11. But after this, and when we go to next Eclipse version, you will have to switch to Java 11. So it can be good to prepare for it already now. We continued also in this sprint to improve the model debugger, and in this sprint we fixed an issue related to internal transitions when tracing. Then in last sprint demo we did the first preview of the OneTest embedded integration. By then it was an experimental feature, but now it has been completed. However, note that this feature is only present in 11.0 still. I mean, we hope in next sprint to also make it available in 11.1. And to refresh the memory about what this is, it is a way to instrument your application so that at runtime they will collect data about state machine coverage, and then you can visualize that coverage either in a table or graphically in state chart diagrams. And one reason for doing that can be to detect missing coverage in your tests, or maybe the opposite, find those parts of the state machine that execute the most and hence it has to be very efficient. We also did some licensing improvements that apply if you today are using a local license server for HCL. Now you can specify a backup license server that takes over in case the main license server fails to respond. Then we've also completed another feature that was experimental, but that now is no longer experimental. That feature is called code preview and comparison of generated code. So it allows you to very quickly and easily obtain a code preview either of an individual model element or of many elements, for example, everything generated from a TC. And you can then also use that for code comparison, which is quite handy, as you will see in the demo. And finally, there was also some news in Node+. So for example, now there is support for static code analysis of JavaScript files using JS-hint. So this means that currently we don't have any experimental features. The one we had before are now non-experimental. And the deliveries from this sprint is a new version of HCL 11 to be run on Eclipse 2019-06. And currently we plan this to be the last release of the 11 release train. And we will now focus all efforts on 11.1. But of course, if you find any critical issues on 11, we will of course make an update for you. So just let us know in that case. And for 11.1, you should use Eclipse 2020-06, and we didn't do any changes in any older versions. And finally, here is a table just to refresh your memory about the key features that only exist in HCL and not in other product offerings. So I think in last sprint demo, we talked about event routing visualization, which is a command for graphically visualizing how protocol events are routed in the composite structure of a capsule, and also provides a way to navigate from a place in the code where you send an event to the transitions that may receive it. And today we will look on the OneTest embedded integration, And also we have since before the Node Plus feature, which is a JavaScript development environment for artists that you can use for creating Node.js and Node.red applications that can complement your artist applications in many ways. For example, use it for creating a user interface or to unit test your capsules, etc. So, any questions before we jump into the demo?